What is up, guys? Tommy here with Sinister Productions, bringing you guys another vlog. Today is going to be a good one. I've got my brother actually bringing by a car that he just picked up. I actually like these cars a lot. I'm not going to give it away just yet. If you saw from the thumbnail, you'll probably get an idea of what it is. But he's coming by here in just a few minutes. We're going to take a test drive in this thing and test ride in it. It's something a little bit older. It's got some flavor. He's going to be bringing it by here in just a minute. I'll show you guys exactly what it is when he gets here. We're probably just going to talk about it for a little bit. Probably do a ride along. Let him talk about what, what's done to the car, what, a little bit of history behind it, and what he's got any plans for the future. So hold on just a few minutes, waiting for him to get here, and we'll be back at you in a minute. There it is. E30 BMW. What's up?
What's happening?
Shit. Chilling. What are you up to?
Just out for a Sunday drive.
Oh yeah. I don't blame you. It's beautiful out. It was raining earlier.
Raining out here?
Yeah. It drizzled a little bit, but damn. This is a new hot sauce, huh?
No. Green puff.
Yeah, she does look good.
Don't get too close.
He said, don't get too close. Yeah, she looked good.
She's a good 10-foot car.
Good 10-foot car?
Yeah, it looks great from across the street.
That looks good from here. I mean,
You 10 feet.
hang on, let me get
No,
7 feet. No.
don't do that.
Oh man. I mean, she runs good for 200,000 miles though. I mean, that's
Yeah, it doesn't smoke
It's
or anything
smooth.
like that. The head has been rebuilt.
yeah.
It was done when the guy I got it from got it. It had broken a rocker arm, which is not uncommon for a high mileage E30.
Yeah.
And he rebuilt the head, timing belt, and all those things that you would do when you're putting a new head on something. And he drove it. He probably put about 30 or 40,000 miles on it.
Right.
That's our estimate, because another common thing that happens to these cars is the odometer gears strip. So the odometer's not worked in some time.
Oh, really?
So that's a common thing that happens to E30s.
I mean, this thing feels really stable though. Like,
No, it's got Ibach Pro Kit springs.
does it?
This is a 325 IS.
Yeah.
So it came factory with Bilstein
Okay.
shocks and struts, and whatever sport tuned springs. 373 limited slip, beefy get drag, 260 transmission.
Damn, really?
And,
I've heard of the get drag transmissions in like Skylines and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
it's
like
this is
GTRs, R34s.
this is an old, pretty old model.
Yeah.
This is a 1987.
Yeah, they're pretty known for like building really good, beefy transmissions. So
Yeah, for sure.
this thing does feel really stable in the curves. It doesn't throw you around a lot. Like, you don't feel a lot of lean. You're just kind of like, even though you're going around some really sharp curves, it just feels really like nimble.
Yeah, I mean, these cars are really well balanced.
Yeah.
You're used to drive. I'm used to driving cars with a bunch of horsepower and a straight axle. Solid rear axle.
Oh yeah.
And you get in it, you get in the car, and you drive fine, but You know, as soon as you try to give it any gas in a curve or something like that, you know, the back end wants to come out.
Oh, really?
And whereas this, you know, you can sort of, honestly, this car is, you know, the way it's powered and the way it drives, you can almost drive this thing to its limits all the time and really never even break the speed limit.
Yeah, especially in the higher RPMs in these cars. I mean, that's where the, you know, the power really comes in these cars. And it's like, it's a usable horsepower. It's not like an ungodly amount of horsepower that's just in your face, uncontrollable. It's just, you know, that's one of the things I loved about the Shelby was it was kind of like that. You know,
Yeah.
the higher RPM range, it didn't break loose all the time. It just used it.
Right,
You know?
absolutely.
That's the way this feel. You know, just riding in it, it's like, you know, the RPM that you're at, it's like, it's got good acceleration, and, you know, it's just going in and out of curves. Oh, shit.
You know, it's not going to break any drag racing records by any stretch. But you know, it's peppy. A strong one that's built for like spec E30 racing.
Yeah.
You know, with a good exhaust and a cold air intake.
Yeah.
Will, you know, maybe make 155 to 160, 165
Right.
to the tires. You know, this one is largely stock. There's no engine work done to it at all, other
Right.
than, you know, having the head rebuilt. You know, there's
Right.
no modifications done. It has its factory airbox, factory exhaust,
Really?
catalytic converter. All that's all factory.
That's pretty loud. You got some good sound for having a stock exhaust.
Well, it's got holes in the muffler.
That always helps, right?
Yeah, you know, and the funny thing is, like, I like the way it sounds.
Yeah.
So, like, when I go to build an exhaust, because, you know, that's what I do,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do because I like the way it sounds now. You know, I don't want to make it too loud. I don't want to make it too
Right.
raspy. I don't want to make it drone.
Yeah.
You know, I just kind of like the way it sounds now with, like, a few holes in the factory muffler.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
it
it's
sounds
just-
really good.
Yeah, it does. So, like, I'm sort of at a funny place right now because I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it like it is.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I thought it had something on it, like cat delete or something.
No, it's all stock.
Maybe you could just like put regular exhaust on it and then do like a cat delete. Damn! Do like a cat delete on it
That's what I was thinking about doing actually. Was
and just see how that is.
mhm.
I mean, that's kind of why I did the test pipe on the Skyline, is just to kind of test things. It's like, it's removable. I can put the catalytic converter back on and not have to worry about anything and not altering the exhaust, but
This is a nice road.
yeah, it is a really nice road.
It's not bumpy or anything.
I might need to take the Skyline or Mustang down here sometime.
I
I
know.
don't think I've ever been down here.
This is a good road.
Yeah, E30s are definitely one of my favorites.
So this is, you know, this is the dopey big bumper U.S. market
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, but you can change all that. I mean, that's all cosmetic.
Yeah, you could. It's a lot of work, but you know, most people with these cars, they'll just tuck the bumpers like what's done on this one.
Yeah.
And it really has, you know, it does definitely like smooths out the appearance of the front end of the car and the back end of the car.
Yeah.
I kind of like the way the big bumper car looks with them tucked.
Right.
It adds some weight, like visually, it adds some weight to the front and back of the car. And I think that looks good.
Yeah. The only E30 that, you know, working at BMW, I mean, it was like, I felt honored and blessed when this guy brought his E30 M3 in.
Ooh.
And it was bright red. It was like, you know, it was a genuine, you know, it was the genuine article. And I was like, dude, and it had like 30-something thousand miles on it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just like, I could not believe. You know, even though I didn't get to really drive it, like on a road like this. Oh shit! you're slamming. It still puts a smile on your face, though. It's like it doesn't have a lot of horsepower, but it's still like it's an enjoyable ride.
Yeah, I enjoy banging gears in this thing.
Yeah,
because like I said, you're barely even breaking the speed limit.
right.
But you know, when it goes scrunch in third gear, it's fun.
No, but like when I just driving that, you know, E30 M3 around the parking lot at work was like, I felt like I got to do something a lot of people don't get to do. Is just touch the steering wheel of one of these cars. It's like, damn. I mean, that's the thing about, you know, true car enthusiasts is like, you know, we all have a niche of cars that we kind of gravitate towards, but you know, we appreciate all cars that are cool. You know, it's like it doesn't have to be a Mustang or, you know, Camaro or whatever. It's just, you know, everybody knows that I got Mustangs, but like you know, so many people were surprised because I mean, you knew I loved Skylines. Yeah. But a lot of my friends, I've never spoken about them to any of them, and they're like, and all of a sudden I show up with a Skyline, and they're like, the hell, like,
who's this imposter?
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, you know, I love any car that's cool or done upright, and just, you know, this is definitely one of them. I mean, even just lowered the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good.
Well, it's funny, like the 17-inch wheels on this car. Most people wouldn't put a 17 on it.
Yeah.
The guy I got the car from had already put these wheels and tires on it, and honestly, I kind of like it. I know that the true E30 enthusiasts, you know, kind of hate on a 17.
Yeah. Do they really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because this car, you know, it came with 14s.
Did it really?
You know, so
got some 14s, but you keep them clean.
But I keep them clean though. Yeah. So you know, these cars came with 14-inch basket weave.
Right.
Wheels.
Oh yeah.
And you know, so an upgrade would be, and very popular for the racing community, is like 15x7 Cosi K1.
Right.
Which is, well, I'd actually like to have a set of those for this car.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, when you see this car from across the street, the 17-inch wheel and tire really fill up the wheel well. And as low as the car is, it's not super low. I've actually never scraped this car on anything as low, you know, which is great because the way I drive it, like a bat out of hell, you know, I'd be terrified to bang the oil pan on something, because on these cars, you know, the oil pan hangs lower than anything else in the front of the car.
Yeah.
So I can't, you know, I've had to weld numerous oil pans for customers over the years that, you know, had stanced E30s,
right.
And they would, you know, a tall manhole cover or something like that, and just bust the oil pan, and then I'm, you know, then they're getting a roll back to my shop, you know, to get the oil pan welded up on it.
I mean, after riding this though, it's like comparing this to the Skyline, because, you know, I put the Fortune Auto coilover in the Skyline, but I've got it somewhat set, not stiff at all, because it's, you know, Lynn drives it and things like that. Yeah. But I feel like after riding this, I want to stiffen it up to see what it really feels like, you know, and kind of see.
Are you saying that this is stiffer than your?
Oh, it feels a lot stiffer.
Okay.
It feels a little bit more nimble. It doesn't feel as, obviously it's not as heavy. Like the Skyline, the R32s are really light, but it is. This feels, because I guess the way the suspension's set up. Yeah. This feels a hell of a lot lighter. Like, I mean, I know it's lighter.
I don't know what these cars weigh. I've heard 2,700 to 2,800 pounds.
So that's about the same thing as Skyline's supposed to weigh.
But these cars are very, very well balanced.
Yeah, yeah.
That's sort of one of the selling points for these cars, is how balanced they are. And the 325, you know, has got the big engine, you know, as far as the I, you know, the 325i. Yeah. They made other 325s. They made an E, which is actually a bigger displacement but less power. Right. The 325i engine, you know, is very smooth. You know, it's an inline six, so it's going to be smooth anyway. Yeah. But you know, it just revs so freely, and
I love inline sixes. I mean,
Takes it all the way to the red line, you know, really nicely.
Yeah. I mean, I've owned V8s in almost every single car I've ever owned, except for when I had like the Hondas and stuff like that. And I've always loved, and one of the things is like, you know, you had the Datsun, the 240Z was the first stick shift car I ever drove.
That's right.
And the inline six of that thing sounded so badass.
Oh,
like,
I know.
I mean, it was amazing.
Content.
Now we've got some fresh beverages, ice cold beverages.
It's not of the adult variety, but
No,
they'll do.
it'll do for in a pinch.
That's right. Got the 5-0 behind us.
Oh yeah. Get on.
The kids these days, the kids these days calls the police 12. I don't know what that means.
12?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even make sense. Who calls it that?
Apparently everybody.
The 12s?
The 12. Jordan will say, we got 12 behind us.
Where did she get it from?
I don't know.
Did she explain any of it to you? I'd have been like, why are you saying this?
I don't know.
That's not what it is.
I mean, you know, to us.
Where does the 5-0 come from?
5-0. I think, yeah, that's a good question.
If any of y'all know where 5-0 and 12s come from, please put in the comments or something, because
Yeah.
I'm at a loss. This new kid terminology crap. I'm old, he's old. I mean, we're classics.
Yeah, we're OG.
We're OG. Got no idea what this new terminology is.
Well, 5-0 is old school.
Yeah,
Also known as one time.
yeah, it's true. Or the
Because-
pig.
We call them one time because if you look at them more than one time,
It's a wrap.
they're gonna come after you.
They're gonna pull you out of the car and beat you to death.
Well. Yep.
He said, "Yup." One thing I can't wait for, I love the drive to and from Hyperfest.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like the easiest 2-hour drive.
It's real good, you know, because honestly, like when we're driving together,
Yeah.
like riding together, you know, it's got good conversation. You know, you're not,
Oh, yeah.
you're not just driving by yourself, which can get boring.
Yeah.
And you know, you're not driving with somebody who's like gonna go to sleep,
Right.
which you know,
I don't think either one of us have fallen asleep.
nah, we wouldn't do that. You know, we're excited to be going to where we're going.
Yeah.
You know, so we got a lot to talk about. You know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, Hyperfest is great. You can go see a bunch of, I mean, the biggest gearhead event, you know, at a road racetrack that you can imagine.
Yeah.
You know?
And like all kinds of different cars. I mean, you got, you know, drift cars, time attack cars.
Yeah.
I mean, American cars. I mean, there's like a little bit of everything out there.
You know,
Granted, they're not drag
and
cars.
they're actually class racing.
But-
You know,
right.
Specky 30 is out there racing. Miata, you know, stuff is out there racing. It's all NASA. It's a NASA event. You know, they're out there doing their work.
Yep. American Iron.
American Iron.
Which is all like, you know, obviously American cars. But,
Yeah. CMC, the Camaro Mustang Challenge.
Yep.
That's a good time.
And I love seeing Vaughn and Chelsea out there. When Chelsea broke the longest drift record last year, that was cool to see.
Yeah. High speed. It was
High
like,
speed, yeah, top
It was
speed.
like 100 and
I think 140, 145.
140 something. It was it was fast, man.
Going in it.
God, it was
drift
fast.
entry. Fastest
Right,
drift
that's
entry
right, that's right. Fastest drift entry.
in the world record.
Initiate drift
Yeah.
at the highest speed or something. You know, it was great.
Yeah.
It was very, very entertaining to watch.
It took him a couple tries, but just seeing him like, and that was just the ability and the control those guys have of those cars is amazing.
Yeah, he never put tire off the
No.
off in the dirt either. You know,
Nope.
he initiates his drift, and then you know, sometimes you got to back out. You know,
Sometimes you do.
You know, sometimes
you're like,
you
whoa,
just
whoa,
gotta-
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, coming in a little hot.
Yeah.
But
It's coming in hot. No, I can't. They postponed Hyperfest, so I did move our room back.
oh, good.
Already,
I wasn't
so.
sure if they were going to allow that or not.
Yeah, I canceled the reservation, and well, I didn't cancel it. I just pushed it back, so they were
I've
okay
never
with
been down this road. Let's go this way.
that. Okay. I thought you were gonna pull at your brake. I thought you were saying, drift initiate.
Well, that would be definitely a thing that you do with these cars. They're very, very popular drift cars as well, because they're so balanced. You know, the 240SX, very balanced car. Miatas, very balanced cars.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, this is the same way. Low power, great response.
Yeah.
I have not drifted this car yet. In all honesty, that's beyond my skill level. Dude, there's a distillery out here that I need to go to. You know, I'm a whiskey fan.
That's true.
Three Crosses. I've had the whiskey, it's very good. So now, let's see if they're open on a Sunday.
Well, are they essential? They are essential.
They're essential. Whiskey is essential. I don't
the
care.
ABC store, government
who you
ABC
are.
store says they're essential, but the question is,
That's because the government gets
distillery.
paid for it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's how they're helping pay all these.
Three Crosses was actually making distilling alcohol for the hospitals.
Oh, really?
But you know, they have the equipment.
Yeah.
You know, so they can do it. This coronavirus has really got us screwed up.
Yeah, it does.
Especially if it's putting a damper on my whiskey consumption. It's gonna. Yeah, I'd like to freshen up the interior. The plan for this car is my daughter Jordan is going to drive it.
Right.
We have a project Datsun 280Z for her, but she's already driving now. You know, so that car's still a little ways off. And so she wants to keep working on that, but this is a great car for a teenage girl to drive.
Right. She might be starting a YouTube channel at some point, right?
Yeah. You know, we're working on. We've got a lot of video content for the Datsun 280Z a lot, because she's done a bunch of work to that.
Yeah.
She's doing all the welding herself.
Damn.
She's cutting all the metal. You know, those cars get rust. And, this car is particularly good as far as the rust goes, so it's not a whole lot of that.
Right.
There was a big hole in the floor pan, so she's cut that metal out, and we've got a piece of metal to weld back in for that. Basically taught her how to weld, and she picked up on it pretty good. I say it's because she had a good teacher, you know. So that's going real well.
Yeah.
And, you know, with this car, the same thing. You know, we may do some stuff for this car as well. Depends on what she wants to do.
Yeah. So what other projects you have in the works?
I still have my 260Z, the Double Z.
Yep.
I got my boat.
Yep.
And I've been thinking about getting a 635 CSI, which is this like the generation of the Z30.
Yeah.
6 Series. They call them the Shark, the big coupe. Want one of those real bad.
Damn.
Been kind of a bucket list car for me.
Yeah.
A friend of mine has one, so I've been thinking about trying to nab that from him. So every time I think about, like, oh, I'm gonna put a stereo in this, I've got all these, you know, I've got some old school stereo stuff, like really high end, U.S. made, like Orion and Precision Power, and you know, really good stuff.
Yeah.
Because I used to be into that stuff, you know, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that. Every time I think about, you know, putting a stereo in this, you know, with an amp and a subs and, you know, high-end mids and highs and, you know, components and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if I use those good parts in this, I won't have those parts to use in, like, the car that I really, you know, the 635 that I want, you know. does need a stereo in it. It's got like, you know, a $30 Amazon head unit in it.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I can't put a double din, you know, but I want...
They make some nice single din radios now, though.
Yeah, but there's none of them do like CarPlay and the...
yeah.
And the...
That's why I was really glad, like, the GTR, if I were to have a GTR, I would have only been able to do a single din, because you've got the gauges, unless you got rid of the 3 gauges that's in the dash.
Right.
Because you got the three gauges, and then you've got your climate control, and then you got a single din radio after that. Luckily, the GTST had a CD player and a regular radio, so you know, it was easy to throw in a screen and all that other stuff in there. But
so let me tell you the story about how I got this car. So I had your old 1994 Cobra.
Yep.
She was a bad piece.
Oh yeah.
And this guy I work with, he wanted it really, really bad.
Yeah.
He.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Right. Yeah. So he wanted it really, really bad.
Yeah.
And you know, he jokingly offered to trade me his E30 for it. And I'm like, you know, E30, you know.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I also have a 2010 Harley Davidson. And I was like, well, now we're talking, you know, America and all.
Yeah.
A few months went by, and you know, finally, you know, he wore me down. You know, I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, so we made a trade.
Yep.
You know, I got this E30 and a 2010 Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
883 Sportster. We'll trade. For that Cobra.
Right.
And you know, the guy, Mitch, he absolutely he loves that Cobra. You know, he absolutely loves that car. Yeah.
That's good that he's still. Yeah, he's.
So he's not really gotten a chance to drive it a whole lot because of Rona.
Yeah.
But you know, he's already bought a set of drag wheels for it. You know, and he's got some new tires coming for it. You know, got some Mickey drag radials for it. So, you know, I gave him the nitrous with it.
Yeah.
You know, so he's ready to go. Like, he wants to go to the track and get busy with this thing. So, yeah. So Mitch, you know, he's pretty excited to get back drag racing again. He used to have hot rod cars and sort of got out of it for a little while, and then one day I showed up in the Cobra, you know, with that B-cam life, you know, making a bunch of racket.
Yeah.
And the B-cam's got a great chop to it, you know.
Oh yeah.
So he was like, I love that car, man. It's like, thanks. Now he owns it. So he's I can't wait, you know, to get to the drag strip with him with that car, you know. And
you showing the videos you cut my
oh yeah. No, he's a fan. He's a he's a Sinister Productions.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah, he's a subscriber. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's a subscriber.
Word.
Yeah, he,
appreciate it.
So yeah, no, he loves those videos. Watching that white Cobra just drive away from your.
But did he see the one? Did he see the other one though? Oh, I didn't ever post that one. I can't post that one. Yeah. My 16 Mustang, on the other hand, was a different story.
There was some technical difficulties.
Yeah, the 16 Mustang was quite a bit faster at the track than my 18 was. Imagine that. But the 16 had, you know, GT350 intake, tune, and you know, all kind. It was on slicks too. So I mean, we were both on slicks that night.
Yeah, but I knocked the tires off that Cobra real bad.
Yeah.
And then killed the clutch. So
yeah.
It was
I got a clean ass pass out of that one.
You got a crisp pass out of that.
I do.
Yeah.
I might actually just throw that clip in here because it was an awesome clip. Because the wives, it was the one where the wives recorded.
Right.
And the excitement building up to that pass was really cool. I'll have to show you guys.
No,
throw that in.
That was bad.
Mustang here on the Pertex side. Tommy out of Henrico, the Mustang on the George Mason lane. One single will finish things off with John Dunn. Friday night street fight coming to a close here. Richmond Dragway.
I got the one right there at the tree and the one from the stands.
Okay. They both suck.
The one from the tree, you can really see the smoke coming out from under the car when they burn the clutch up.
Oh, man.
But you were like halfway down the track. But I already took you by that point.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't believe the way it lit the tires off.
Yeah. No, it did. You could definitely tell. I mean, it burned the tires up at the line.
It was weird.
All right, guys. I think that is going to do it. I think, honestly, it's a really cool car. You know, it's a lot of fun to ride in. Sure, it's a lot of fun to drive. He drives it all the time, so. But you guys saw it here. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm going to go ahead and throw a card down here also on his Instagram. Go give him a follow, show some love. I'm sure he'll be posting pictures of this thing and other projects on his page as well. So we'll holler at you next time. Later.
Everybody wanna play me, everybody wanna change me. Nobody ever gonna phase me. No fake accounts like KD. Doing the shit that I want to. Nobody I'll ever run to.